family businesses, there are a lot of people over here who are involved in family businesses, and you talked a bit about that just now. But there are many in this room who are battling intergenerational businesses, battling patriarchs, or wanting to follow their dream but not allowed to do so, or being frustrated because they've got this dead asset which the family doesn't want them to sell. You talk a lot about this in your book. Could you share some of that over here, please?
Well, I think you're here because you want to be inspired. I think you're here for these 4 days and to listen to Sadhguruji and others is because you want to be inspired and because you have an incredible passion for what you do. And I can't see anyone who's starting up a business not having that highest level of passion. Now, the challenge is that if you've come down from a family business, you have to brutally assess in your mind whether that passion, which it started with, maybe your father or wherever else it started with, is that being passed on to where you are today? Because this is the 21st century. And you're going to require a lot more clarity and a lot more passion in the business that you're planning to run for the next 10 years, 20 years or 30 years. And that is the time where I think you really need to probe deeply. Has that passion transferred to me, and do I wake up every morning wanting to conquer the world, wanting to change the world, extremely excited about what I'm doing, extremely passionate about what I'm doing. So I think that one litmus test in a family-run concern is, I think, a very important one, because otherwise it's going to be a half-baked effort at some stage. Second, I think we do run, morally, we're a country with rich culture and a lot of deference to our seniors. And therefore we believe that if I were to say I want to start up on my own, for a lot of people that's disrespectful in a family business. But you've got to take your own choice, because again, this 21st century is not going to come back. This level of opportunities where the world is changing every 5 years, where consumer behaviors are changing every 5 years, where the world is getting much more democratic in its consumption base, where the markets are completely, these are the opportunities today you cannot miss because you're trying to either be sort of respectful in an overall family business. So I think those are the questions that you would really need to deeply ask yourself. Am I as passionate? And then comes the big question, if all of this is the situation but you're still stuck with it, what do you do? Do you unlock value? Do you sell? This sell mean, my God, generations that came down the family and now I'm abandoning it. But think about it today. More and more successful companies are getting marginalized because they're not reinventing, because they're not innovating, or because the founders have moved on, or because there isn't a passion in that core team. So chances are there's a 50% chance you might be running the business to a lower value than what you started with. So I think these are some of the questions we would need to ask ourselves when we're looking at
and I think we're going to be exploring more of these issues, which is really, that's what I liked in your book, where you said that you actually lose value by running a business where there's no passion or no interest. Yeah, you could. Absolutely.
I think we don't ask ourselves those brutally frank questions, and I think you need to.
Sure.